Good afternoon, fam. It's your girl, Miss Diva Trucker. I'm coming to you today. I'm here in Arkansas on my way down to Denton, Texas to deliver a load. I picked this load up in Tennessee and I got here last night. And if any of y'all are drivers out there and you ever been on I-40, you know that there's a restaurant called Nick's Barbecue. Okay, so that's where I'm at. That's where I stopped last night, exit 183 off of I-40, and I stayed the night here. Okay, so I wanted to wait and wake up the next day. They open up I think about 9:30, 10 o'clock to get me one of those nice barbecue fish and shrimp plates. Okay, so you know that would carry me for today and tomorrow, and I could put it in my refrigerator and all that kind of stuff. But every now and then you got to have a little cheat day, so today is a great reason to cheat. Okay, let me show you my yeah, I always stop here and get it to go. I don't never sit in there, so because I don't never have enough time, so I always get it to go. But here, let's see. Can y'all see that? Yeah. Big plates, fish, shrimp, hush puppies, potato salad, baked beans, and barbecue ribs. Okay, so me and Ripley will have a great lunch and dinner. Okay, so already got my preload leaving from Texas, going picking up a load in Grand Prairie and going back up to Aurora, Illinois. So that's going to carry me out throughout the weekend, and I just got a great week this week. Okay, been running, been busy, been on the phone, working, doing a lot of things, but today I wanted to come and talk to you about, since I'm dealing with a lot of new drivers, people getting in the industry, people going to school, people getting their license, you know, being a rookie out here. I completely understand how it is, and you know, the challenges and things that you go through and what you experience out here, you know, all the way from, you know, just the beginning, leaving home, going to a school, taking those tests, doing those back, and y'all are stressing out over the same things I used to stress out with when I first started, you know, that pre-trip, the air brakes and things like that. And sometimes it's going to take you more than one time to get it done. Okay, but look at me, I'm in this business, I've been in it going on 4 years, and been leasing a truck. You know, this is my second year at LTI leasing. I only got 2 more years to complete my lease on this truck. Okay, so that's one of my goals that I'm trying to do. But what I was coming to talk to you today was about the mistakes that you are going to make out here as a rookie driver, and what mistakes I made. Okay, a lot of you was on my live feed when I was telling about, you know, my first incident that I had. You all may remember, you know, I had got my 1-year safety jacket from KLLM, remember that? But I had been driving for 2 years, okay? And the only reason that it said 1 year is because in my first year of driving, that's where I made a lot of my mistakes. And that's where you will make a lot of your mistakes as well, okay? Anywhere from, well, Tara, what are some of the things that you experienced out here when you first got out here as a solo driver? Dropping my trailer for one, okay, not paying attention. I couldn't get the hang of letting the landing gear down, unhooking the hooks, and disconnecting. Okay, so if you forget to disconnect your trailer, that's not bad, okay? But if you forget to not unhook your glad hands, then you can rip them off, okay? If you forget to not let your landing gear down, you're gonna drop your trailer, okay? So I drop trailers. I have not paying attention when they tell you to get out and look where your tires is under the trailer. So when the trailer is too high, you go right, that kingpin goes right over the sliding plate, and before you know it, you got your your kingpin in front of your sliding plate, and you got a 44,000 pound load. I've done that. I even done that with a student. Well, not myself, but my student did it as well. So getting that trailer up, you know, those are the days that are going to be challenging to you, that there's going to be nobody around you to help you, and you're going to have to figure it out by yourself. And you know, you're going to, within your first 6 months, you're going to have, or your first year, you're going to have what I call a come to Jesus meeting. And that is when that you and Jesus is going to have a talk about if this is for you or not. Okay. There have been, you know, times where I was like, you know, this is it. I'm going home. I'm not built for this. I want to quit. And that's it. I can't do it. I can't do it, you know. But once I calmed down and realized, you know, I got through the situation, then, you know, you live to see another day, and you can only get better at what it is that you do. Okay. You're not going to know everything when you get out here. One of the mistakes I used to make when I first came out, especially in training, okay, one of the mistakes I used to make was I had no sense of direction. Okay, I could be going to California in some way, I would get mixed up and I'll be heading to Florida. Okay, I was bad at that, and I was bad at following the signs. And I remember when my trainer was asleep and I was driving, and he said, "You okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine." So I was driving, but I had my biggest issues when I was in cities. Okay, the signs in the cities when it's time to make exchanges would get me all confused, and I would end up going the wrong way. I remember when I was on the truck with my trainer and he was in the back asleep, and I was driving, just thinking I'm doing a great job. I happened to drive 3 hours back the other direction. Okay, I also did that as a trainer. Me and my student had switched out, and I got in a driver's seat, wasn't paying attention, and ended up driving 4 hours back where we came from. Okay, so that was one of the things I had to learn. Always make pay attention, not to pay attention to the GPS, to know where you're going before you even go. Okay, that was one of my biggest mistakes that I used to make, as not following directions, you know, getting lost. You know, I told y'all about my incident that I had where I tore the man's front, the whole front of his truck. I just kind of like took that off. I did that. Backing. What did I back into? Did I back into anything? I'm not sure. I probably did. But y'all, that's why these companies have these like different levels, safety levels that you go through. Most of y'all are going to make it, like if they have a level from level 1 through 6, and if you make it to level 6 and you're gonna get fired. I made it to about level 5. Okay, that's how I was. Okay, but I was learning, and the best advice people gave me was to always take my time and never be in a rush, especially when you're in like a fuel out, the truck stop. Okay, that was the biggest thing. And being in the truck stop, especially at night, I would never go and try to find a parking spot at night in the truck stop. Okay, if I parked, it would be either in reserve, or you know, I would leave early enough in the morning where I got off the road before it was dark. Okay, but over time it got better. I think I knocked somebody from Martin or something like that. I was coming in the a truck stop, took his mirror right on off the thing. I mean, it was just a lot of mistakes. Okay, but at the end of the day, you know, I got through it. I learned from my mistakes, and then I started focusing on taking what I was doing very seriously. And when I started doing that, you start to get the hang of it. You start to learn what you're supposed to do, what you're supposed to look for. So, you know, after that first year was over, I'm not saying that I never made, you know, no more mistakes, but the mistakes was considerably reduced after your first year. I learned that if you start making a lot of little mistakes and you've been out here on the road for, you know, a month or 2 months, it may be time for you to take a break, get out the truck, and take some days off. That's what I learned to do. When I start getting frustrated or things not going my way, I learned, you know, to always take time for yourself. Always, you know, if I can, y'all always see me. If I can, I will get out the truck. I will, you know, find me a nice hotel to stay in. I would go to different places, you know, to try to find, you know, good places to eat. You know, anything that will take your mind away from the stresses out here on the road, I would try to do that. Find places to go shopping, go to Walmart, you know, things like that. And you learn to adapt to this lifestyle out here on the road. And a lot of things that you could also do as well is, you know, I always tell y'all to make sure that you establish a good connection with the drivers out here that are going to help you through your tough times, okay? And you get through it, and before you know, 1 year ends up being 2 years, 2 years ends up being 3 years, 3 years ends up being 4 years, and you just keep going and decide what you want to do out here as your career. Now, there's also a lot of other things, you know, that you could do in the transportation industry besides driving the truck. You know, once you out here on the road and you got your OTR experience and things like that, and maybe you want to cut back a little bit, you can go regional, you can go local, you can even decide if you want to be a dispatcher, okay? You can decide if you want to be a load planner. You can decide if you want to be somebody that teach other people how to drive. You can go and work, you know, like at the schools. They have schools that have training. You could be one of those instructors out here if you want to do that. You could get into the logistics side of it, which I'm, you know, focusing on and doing. Just got my approval for my quote for my insurance, y'all. It's, oh my God. So, but you could do that. You can even start your own dispatching service. You can do recruiting, which I'm very successful in recruiting. You know, I didn't realize that was one of my talents, that I had a good sense of, you know, helping people, getting jobs, getting over to either the company that I'm with. That's why I started my own independent recruiting business, because I have a way of explaining the difference between what type of jobs you're looking for, you know, especially when you're new and you don't know what it is that you want, you know, just to find something that will work for you. So I'm very good at finding those things, you know, local tankers, flatbed, percentage jobs, owner operator jobs, and things like that. So I made that into a business, okay? A business that is growing. So, you know, you have to start from somewhere, and I have a talent of that, and that's what I like to do. What else? You can do your own dispatching service. You can learn how to work on the trucks. You can learn how to, you know, work on trailers and all kinds of things. So there's a lot of things that you can do out here in this industry besides, you know, just driving a truck. You know, there's so many opportunities out here that will take you off the road, but still, you have a part of the industry, okay? So that's what I wanted to come in and talk to y'all about. Martin Luther King birthday is celebration this weekend. So, you know, if you're going to be able to be home, maybe you could be able to attend some of the Martin Luther King Jr. Parades. I unfortunately will not be able to be home for that. But yeah, I'm just working, doing my thing. Just wanted to come and check in with y'all. Let's see. What else, Ripley? Ripley, you got anything you want to talk about? He's been so good and so quiet. Come on. Come on, Rip. I know he getting ready for these ribs, girl. He got his, come on. He got his mouth set for these ribs. Ain't you? You ready, ain't you, Rip? You can't wait. You glad Mama stopped over here? Ain't you? You glad I stopped over here at Nick's? Look at him. He's so happy. I don't know what to do. He can't wait till I put that plate down and turn my back and go to the bathroom and all that kind of stuff. You gonna make it happen, ain't you, Ripley? You gonna make it happen. He said we got ribs today, right? But yeah, so y'all, I'm going across 30, getting out of here, driving, taking my time. Y'all, I'm so happy to be out here in what is it, 63-degree weather. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna take advantage of it. I might put me some shorts on. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Get down here in Texas. I'm so happy to be down here. But then I gotta turn around tomorrow and come right on back up. But other than that, what else? I did put I put some job postings out there. Look, y'all, a lot of, you know, local positions that I have, a lot of them are with mega carriers. I do have some smaller carriers that I have that I'm gonna start talking to y'all about. Eventually I will have a video on every carrier that I recruit for. Okay, so eventually I will do that. It's just taking time. You know, when you multitasking, driving and doing the work at home thing for people and talking to people on the phone, when you trying to do all that multitasking, it's going to take some time. Okay, so I'm not in a rush. You know, we in the building phase. And other than that, that's it. But y'all, I got to get out of here because it is getting packed over here in this little parking lot. Everybody's coming for lunch. So I've been here all night, so it's time for me to get out of here. But just wanted to come and talk to y'all for a few minutes this morning. And other than that, that's it. I will talk to y'all later. Peace, love, joy, and happiness. And y'all have a wonderful and blessed day. Bye.